Hey, welcome back to Reddit Cheating Wife, the best channel for cheating stories. Like and subscribe to the channel for cheating stories like this.
Should I ask for a paternity test? Feeling insecure as. Background: my wife and I have been married for 2 years, and she is 6 months pregnant at the time of this writing. I am 24 years old, and she is 22 years old. She went on a trip to Miami with 2 of her other friends around the time she found out she was expecting, both single. I wasn't entirely comfortable with her decision to go, but I didn't want to come out as a controlling husband. Since she returned, I've been feeling a little queasy as now that we're having a kid. My level of uncertainty is just increasing. It occurred to me while watching the Maury program, a paternity/lie detector program, lately that the kid my wife is expecting might not possibly be mine, and I immediately regretted it. Is it okay for me to obtain a paternity test? Will this have an impact on our relationship? My life is in danger if I don't find out what she was up to in Miami. First draft of the revised version according to what many around me and a close friend have told me. If I sign the birth certificate, it would be very difficult to get my name removed from the record, even if I am not the father. The biggest concern is that our whole family will be here in less than a month, so if we do decide to do a paternity test, we should do so before they get here. The second modification is as follows. 1. My wife's friends are pretty promiscuous, which made me feel uncomfortable and concerned about the situation. In addition, I cautioned her against being inebriated once she arrived at the venue. My first night there, according to her, was wasteful. 2. To those who believe it makes no difference if it isn't your kid. Are you serious? I'm not going to be a victim of a rigged game. 3. Males are unable to guarantee their parenthood, while women can. Please keep this in mind if you are a woman who want to contribute to this discussion. 4. Everyone in my circumstance would feel insecure and who wouldn't be in my predicament. But, despite my insecurity, I went against my feelings and informed my wife that I didn't mind if she traveled to Florida with her family. I make an effort to develop myself, yet I'm not without flaws. Edit 3. To those who believe my wife did nothing wrong, please know that she did. To be quite honest, traveling to Miami with a group of single friends is improper for a lady who is married. It is only out of respect for my wife's privacy that I refuse invitations to go dancing or bar hopping late at night for my single friends. I'm going to have a talk with my wife about my feelings, and I'll post an update in 2 or 3 days. Thank you to everyone who took the time to respond. Fourth edit. As previously said in the title, I am well aware that I am insecure and that my feelings are not logical, yet I am baffled as to why people are being so cruel in the comment section. As a result of what I've read, I'm willing to wager that 90% of you have never been in a relationship. Since I'm not sure who has this dream's complete confidence in them. I adore my wife and don't want to see our relationship come to an end, but my subconscious has shown to be true in previous situations. Story 2. Hurting. Wife continues to cheat. Not sure what to do. My 10-year-old wife is refusing to stop cheating on me. In 2017, I uncovered 2 inappropriate encounters she had with other people outside of our marriage. While I was gone on business, they shot photographs and met up in person with each other. During my absence, I hired a private investigator to confirm that a guy was coming to my house while I was gone. We were successful in apprehending him. It was about a month later that I decided to divorce my husband and went through what was possibly the most painful time of my life. During this time, we both went to counseling, although in different sessions, and I started to think about quitting the relationship. I put off the divorce because we had 2 small children, and I didn't want to harm their lives in the same way that adultery had done to mine. Since then, my wife has been in therapy on and off, and apart from the usual marital difficulties, our lives have been rather normal, or so I thought. Last month, as we were having, she called me by another man's first and last name. I shrugged it off since we'd each had a few drinks. Another night, after she consumed alcohol and taken Ambien, she started conversing with me as if I were a completely other person. During the Thanksgiving holiday, I contacted her in a courteous manner. I supplied her with examples of my thought processes. Once I gave her a specific name, she immediately denied everything. She communicated her feelings of affection for me and our household. She was able to preserve her confidence for a few days. Approximately 2 weeks after this incident, I discover through my children that the previously described individual has begun to change his mind. When I confronted her about it again, she admitted to having an inappropriate relationship with him and lying to me about it. Even though there was no physical contact, there was in visiting at both his and our residences. Initially, it seemed as if this was the lowest point, but it wasn't. For 2 days, we spoke and cried together. We made the decision to return to marriage counseling and give it another go. I questioned as to whether or not there was anybody else present. I wanted to be absolutely certain that all of the cards were on the table before trying to repair the situation. On Christmas Day, we were overjoyed, conversing about ways to repair our marriage and how much we cherished each other's company. I was apprehensive, but I was hopeful that we would be able to make things work. After a lovely evening spent with our families, she fell off, and I decided to check her phone. What I found was, to put it mildly, startling. It was just a few hours earlier that I found she had been texting the previously mentioned guy. She expressed to him how much she missed him and how much she wished he was there with her. In her own words, all she wanted to do was tell him how much she admired him and cherished him. Second, I realized that she has been communicating with another guy. Her intense want to meet him again is fueled by messages, missing him, and her need for him. She continues to express her affection for me and our family throughout the conversation. It found out that the second guy and I had been dating for some months before to this incident. Unimaginable discussions, images, and plans to meet up have taken place. She did, in fact, go many hours away from my parents' home on 2 separate occasions in order to see her family and meet up with her boyfriend. On the previously mentioned Thanksgiving vacation, there was one occurrence of this kind. There was more. There were other guys in the room. However, there was certainly inappropriate dialogue and suggestion of seeing one another again, if not explicit content. I approached her with proof one more time, feeling heartbroken. She asserts that she is suffering from a medical condition. She has no idea why she is doing it, but she is determined to keep her family together. She asserts that she has not had intercourse, with any of them. What are your plans for the future? It seems as if trust in this connection has been lost. When I think of my children growing up in a divorced household, it makes my heart hurt. Is there a medical ailment that is the root cause of this problem? We are experiencing some marital difficulties, although they are minor, stress, kids, money. It is true that we have a lot of energy that is not monotonous. What do you think your response would be? I admire her, but am I making a fool of myself? Update. After going all the comments thus far, I just wanted to provide a little bit of more information. There is no need for a paternity test. We were forced to use IVF since she was unable to conceive on her own. She is continuing her counseling sessions and has informed her therapist about the other guys in her life. Her therapist urged her to come to a halt and contact me, but this plainly did not occur. She has admitted to previous types of adultery that occurred before to our relationship/marriage. Basically, when she was in her mid-20s, she preferred non-monogamy relationships than monogamy. Prior to our connection, she admitted to being the other woman in a number of relationships. To our children, she is a lovely mother whom they admire and respect. This much is self-evident. I have a task to do. She is a serial cheater who is addicted to the attention and excitement of being sought by someone or anything. This isn't going to improve the situation. I was certain she was my soulmate. Heartbroken.